Hello, everybody. I hope you're doing good today. This video may contain copyrighted images being used underneath the Fair Use Act for educational purposes. Man, I'll tell you, the chivalry is just getting deeper and deeper. People are getting dumber and dumber, making up excuses. Hell, some ain't even making up excuses. They don't even care that Mark and Patricia are shills or government agents or whatever. They're nice people. That's all that matters. They're the same people that's been lying to you and controlling you for all your life. That's who they work for. Need I repeat it again? Now, Mark's, what's his show on TFR? I forget the name of it. But he is at his show, and then he uploads it on the internet here. And let's check out the opening here. Now, keep in mind, you got ball earthers, you got people that don't know what to believe, and everything else that are supposed to go to Mark and watch these videos. But when you see this, the first thing that comes to mind is a cult. Let's watch.
Death. Death! Death to all who oppose us!
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, that's the opening to Mark's video. So I guess he's sending death threats out to anybody that opposes him. And you people seem to think, oh, he's so fucking great for Flat Earth. They're so nice. Doing this kind of shit isn't good for Flat Earth. And if you could sit there and say you're going to just ignore it, then you shouldn't be in this community. Because you're just a sheeple. Now, let's go on and move on here. Because Mark made these silly-ass comments that I wanted to cover again. Let's check this picture out that Mark has. You got a guy with the globe. I guess this is some kind of volcano spewing ash or something, whatever, in the corner. And he got a guy with a flat earth disc. And the ships and waters and the fishes are just running off of it. You see what kind of fuckery's going on here? You know, this is the Flat Earth Society kind of bullshit, the kind of bullshit they peddle. This is the first question people ask. Well, all the water just runs off the earth or what? And Mark shows a picture of it doing just that. This guy's a shill. He's a government agent. He's a gatekeeper. And him and Patricia are making money off of this. We're supposed to believe that Mark spent, he's probably had to spend at least $30,000 this year alone in travel expenses. Hotel, food, accommodations. Patricia, probably close to $20K. Her trip to UK a few months ago, I checked. She went business class. Round trip is about $7,000 just for the flight. That doesn't include the several $100, probably close to another grand she spent at the 5-star hotel. And we're supposed to believe all this money's coming out of Mark and Patricia and they ain't getting paid. Well, Mark's already admitted he gets half of what his app makes. But then comes around and tries to say he only makes money off T-shirts. Let's take a listen to this bullshit.
Wait, how did that happen? No, and wait, who's getting paid for that? For me, it's about the community. It's not about me. It's about everybody else that's listening out there and all the people that are being woken up day after day. That's what I get out of it.
Right. You get a lot of money out of it.
And they're not gonna, doesn't make my existence. It's about changing people's lives. So, sorry, that's my little rant.
Exactly. I mean, even when you were talking about the T-shirts and not making dick on it, I mean, look at what D. Marble just put out. I mean, he just all of a sudden he's like, you know what? Fuck it, I'm going to drop it all the way down to nothing. I make dick on it.
Right.
Which I thought was a pretty admirable form.
Yeah.
I know he wasn't making a lot on it. I mean, I know because I ran, you even mentioned it on your show a few times when I started my own website called Flat Earth Products.
Sure.
I was making, if I sold anything, I made 12 cents.
There you go.
I mean, it was ridiculous. I mean, it's amazing how these companies get away with this crap to where you can't. raise the price any more than what they got it at because it's so damn expensive in the first place.
Somebody had mentioned, well, several people have mentioned.
So fucking kind of D Marble to lower the cost down of his T-shirts so that he ain't making money. Shit, he was on video the other day flashing $4,000 cash. He claims he's got a job. Who knows? He probably doesn't. He may not. And then he may. He didn't show his check stub. He showed cash. Saying, I saved this from not paying rent. In your face. But yet then he's on there begging for money on live streams. Now, like everybody else does. Begging for money on live streams. Moneycast, I like to call them.
For the month. It's like, Jaron is like probably the best example where he said, look, you don't go into Flat Earth to make money, generally. And if you do, it's a silly idea. Look at the people. Patricia Steere would be a perfect example. If she wanted to make money on YouTube, Flat Earth is probably the last choice.
Let's back that up, ladies and gentlemen. What do you see here up in the left-hand corner? I mean, it's just in your face, fuckery, mockery. That's all this is. Just more lies, more deception. More gatekeeping. You got all the idiots down below saying, oh, you're so great, Mark.
Look at the people. Patricia Steere would be a perfect example. If she wanted to make money on YouTube, Flat Earth is probably the last choice. She could do makeup tips for women over 40 and crush it. She could do millions and millions of hits, turn super chat, and people would just eat that up. And it wouldn't be because her makeup skills are outstanding, but she's you know how it is like with models and everything else. Look, her bone structure lends to absolutely flawless makeup application, whereas most people she has the genetic lottery when it comes to that. So if she wanted to do YouTube and do that, she could do that all day long, and she would have a huge amount of fans. So why is she doing Flat Earth? Somebody explain that to me. Why? If she's in it for the money, if she's in it to do something, it's like, oh no, she's an agent. I'm just going, come on, man.
Well, Mark, let me explain it to you. She's obviously making money. You're obviously making money. Unless you expect us to believe you're paying what, $30,000 a year for travel, and her somewhere's around $20K. That's bullshit, Mark. Explain to us where all that money's coming from, Mark. Now, you don't buy a $500,000 house. Now, let me explain something to you people that have been asking me. This is Patricia's lot where her new house is. This neighborhood's going through what they call gentrification. They're making it too expensive for these poor people to live there, so they have to sell their property to rich people who want to build new houses in this area. Which, by the way, doesn't flood. It didn't flood in the hurricane. So, that's what they're doing. This neighborhood is going through gentrification. It's where they tear it all down and build all new. And Patricia has a LLC. FEOHP, LLC. That owns this house. So the idea that she isn't making money off this is absurd. And there's your proof, Mark. There's your proof. Both of you are making lots of money off of this. Because somebody's paying what? Both of your travels probably a year is $50K at the minimum. Somebody's paying that. And I know it ain't you cheap people. So, this house was torn down. Patricia was put in its place, and that's where her house is. Trust me, people. She even admitted to it. Now, as I told you, this house is registered to FEOHP LLC. Well, when I type in the house address, this address here, I forget, 1115 something. When I type in this address here into Google, it takes me to laundries. Oh, let me see. I got Landry's here. Here's Landry's. It takes me to this address right here. Landry's. Landry's is a multi-corporation. They do everything. And then Patricia posts on my page that, oh, that's her lawyer's address. So let me guess, Patricia, your sugar daddy, that billionaire, lets you use his lawyers, and your tax bill goes to them? That makes no sense, Patricia. A tax bill would go to your accountant, not a lawyer. That's absurd. This is not a lawyer's office. I'm sure there's a lawyer or two that works in there for the billionaire, your lover boy, who probably bought your house, but that ain't your lawyer's office. That's your lover boy's address, corporation, if anything. So this idea that Mark and Patricia ain't making no money is absurd. Because if they ain't, then they need to explain who's paying the several thousands of dollars a year for their travel. Because they ain't. And then we're supposed to believe that all these people are traveling to North Carolina, paying for their round-trip airfare and their hotel rooms, while Robbie keeps all the cash. Are you guys really that absurd? Are you really that dense to believe that? You got Jaron making a video the other day with D Marble claiming he don't make money off videos. He's making a living off of Flat Earth. Patricia bought a house off of Flat Earth. So this idea that they're not making money is absurd. Now, one of my subs sent me this, and I want to thank him very much. This is an article. I'll leave the article link down below. It's called swampplot.com. It's a local newspaper. And this, let's read this. When Tillman Fertitta, or however you pronounce his name, came to the Shiloh Club, a reader reports a rare sighting of Landry, CEO Tillman, in the Heights over the weekend. Was it part of some sort of kind of undercover Renaissance mission? You'll never guess where he stopped. Shiloh's, yes, the old dive-in bar where you watch your grandparents drink themselves under the table next to the heavily tattooed bicyclists. Tillman came in, ordered a drink, and began asking about the neighborhood. Now remember, I just said Patricia's neighborhood, which is the Heights, is going through renovations. It's gentrification. Raise up the taxes so the people living there can't afford it, and they got to move out, sell their property. Rich people come in, take out the house, build their new little mansions, like Patricia did. So now you see why it comes back to Landry's. Now you see why. Because he's invested in that neighborhood and the gentrification taking place. If you invest now, you're gonna make millions. Because as soon as that neighborhood's done with the whole gentrification process, Patricia's house is likely to be worth $1 million by then. So you're just being deceived all over this place. Lied to day after day by these people. Over and over, it's the same lies. They ain't making money. It paid for Patricia's house. And she can't even get a freaking mortgage unless she's employed. You know? Go out and try to get a mortgage and tell them you're not employed. See what happens. It's absurd, people. Don't let these people do this to the Flat Earth community. And you see Mark's message, death to us all who oppose us. That's not by accident. And no real Flat Earther would put this in his freaking video, expecting ball earthers to come along and see this. You know, ball earthers will see this as a cult, and I see this as a cult, and Mark's sending me death threats. That's the way I see it.
Death! Death to all who oppose us!
There you go, folks. Have a good day.